What's going on, everybody? Neater17 here, and tonight, currently at 9:10, I'm recording this. But this is going to be a fun video. I have pretty much all of my thoughts about Pokemon Legends Arceus, before you guys start correcting me, that I want to get out today, shortly before the game comes out. We are currently a little over 3 weeks away from the release of Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I have a lot to say about this game because I've been quietly stewing over the last 3 months, probably, because I was so excited for BDSP, and I put a lot of thought into it today because you guys were so awesome in the comments on Twitter, and got me actually really excited to talk about it. So I want to go ahead and do that tonight. I apologize if I'm talking a little quietly. My son is sleeping in the next room, so I can't yell and scream and do all that stuff. But if you guys like these type of videos, discussions, I'll have plenty of content for Legends Arceus on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and hit that like button and hit the little bell for notifications. And without further ado, I want to jump into just kind of like my general thoughts of the game right now off the top of my head, and then I'll make it a little bit more sequenced. I'm not going to try to talk too much because I want to make sure that I get to you guys' awesome responses on Twitter, because you guys are out in full force. I've never gotten the amount of responses that I got on Twitter in the past that I did tonight. So I'm really, really excited to read your guys' comments. I've tried not to read too many of them or any of them. I did see a few because I wanted my reaction to be natural. So as you can see here, I'm on the Pokemon Legends Arceus website, and I kind of wanted to just go over what's on here. I'm not going to go reading every paragraph and doing that type of thing. I just want to give my thoughts on this. So right away, we're talking about, let's go ahead and start with the ride Pokemon. Okay, so in Legends Arceus, you basically will have a set amount of Pokemon like you did in Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. You call a Pokemon over, they fly you, they ride you here, you swim on them, whatever the case is. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm not a big fan of the way they have this formatted, because why shouldn't I be able to have a Aerodactyl, for example, in my party, hop on that bitch and start flying wherever I want to go? Same with like literally any other bird type. Why it has to be a Braviary, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's not really conducive with what like the character Pokemon relationship actually is. Like you see Ash and the anime and all these different characters and stuff riding on Pokemon just as part of everyday life. So it doesn't make sense to just hold it to 4 or 5 Pokemon, at least that we know of. And maybe you can ride other Pokemon, we just haven't seen it, but I have no reason to believe that we're going to be able to do that. I know they do it a lot because they want to highlight the new Pokemon that they're making you ride. Sun and Moon didn't have that. You had Charizard and others, and you didn't actually ride them. This is more of you're riding, controlling the Pokemon. So they want to highlight the new mons. I get it, but it takes away kind of from the adventure human Pokemon relationship experience, which I'm not too fond of. All that aside, though, the designs of the Pokemon are really good. I love Hisuian Stantler. I love Hisuian Braviary. I like that it's a psychic type. I'm not 100% all in on its design, but it's fine. Still don't know what that woman is sweeping in the video there, but anyways. All right, so most recently we had a trailer for Legends Arceus. Let me mute this crap because I ain't trying to get that copyright though. So the little update video, I'm going to skip through here a little bit. They displayed Pokemon, the Shining Pearl team, and then not the Shining Pearl team, the Pearl team and the Diamond team. Got me all confused. Too much Gen 4 going on. But so they go ahead and introduce this. There's 2 different clans, so essentially, right, which kind of takes the place of your good and bad teams, so to speak. Again, I'm not going to go into every clip and all that. It's not what this video is for. But I think essentially what the 2 clans are going to represent is pretty simple. I think you're going to be able to do missions for both of these clans. I don't think you're going to have the option to join one or the other. I think that would be really cool if you did. They may also do like a reputation-based thing, like you've seen in other RPGs, where if you help out one clan, your prestige with them goes up, and then if you help out another, it's kind of like a balancing act type thing. I think that would be really cool, but I think you're going to be able to just kind of, since you're an independent research entity in this game as your main character, I think you're just going to be doing research quests for both. Now, I am excited to kind of see if, if you actually do choose a clan if maybe you see more like Pearl Pokemon exclusives in the game in the wild than you would, and then if you were with Diamond, then you see the same amount of Diamond encounters. That would be kind of interesting. I don't think it's going to be that way though. Just kind of throwing some different things out there. But I like the idea of the two clans because I think it represents what the bigger picture is, which is you have a group of people here and a group of people here who think that the Sinnoh deity, as they relate to in the video or in the trailer, that Palkia and Dialga are Sinnoh. So that both of them believe in a deity, but they don't really realize Arceus is around, and I don't think anyone does. I think that's the point of this game. Duh, Legends Arceus. So I think obviously the game is going to be about the culmination of Sinnoh based on lore back then and what people thought. You know, it's kind of like if you think about normal life, right? Just our real life. There are so many different things that people believe in and how our world came. And I think that's what Game Freak was going for, which is a pretty deep thought if you think about it. Here we got some new Pokemon. I'll go ahead and talk about them briefly. There isn't really a Hisuian form that like jumps out at me and says, I love that form, you know what I mean? I like Growlithe. I think it's cool that he's a rock type, but I don't think that any of them are like amazing. And of course they're Kanto Pokemon, so you know that you got that going for it. I do like the Zorua though. The Zorua is dope. I will be using one of those on my team. But outside of that, man, there just really isn't a whole lot. I mean, Shaman's in the game, which is really cool. I can't wait for the Darkrai event. I'll get into pre-order stuff later, but they didn't show. They're missing something here, aren't they? Maybe not. But yeah, I'll definitely be using Zorua. Outside of that, I'm not too like excited about the different forms. Voltor's cute. I like what they went with there. He's the Pokeball Pokemon essentially, so he's going to resemble current day Pokemon, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I mean, not really much. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I like Cleaver a lot. I'm glad Scyther got some love. I do think that's going to be a really cool boss Pokemon, and that kind of segues into my next point. I think that when it comes to, you know, the gym entity, right, like what we're all used to with Pokemon or their trials or whatever it is you want to say, I really like what they're going for because I think the boss battles indicate two things. One, realism during that time in terms of, obviously there's no gym leaders. We don't even know if there's going to be really any legit trainer battles. There's a lot to be desired there because we haven't seen too many NPCs or really any other city there. But we see on the map, however, there's a lot going on. But I really like what they're going for. It's very similar to Trials, except that this isn't set up to where there's a human there that kind of runs the trial and controls the Pokemon like they did with totems. This is more of a, oh shit, Cleaver lives here and I can't stop this thing. Right, so I think that's cool. I think it's a decent deviation away from the normal formula, but at the same time, I don't think it's a far enough deviation, right? Because I know why they're doing it. They want to make sure older players still find it appealing, and they believe that some older players and moderately older players want that same type of formula to be familiar with, because if things are too far out there, then they may drive away some fans, because the Pokemon fan base has now become so diverse. They kind of have their hands tied in what direction they want to go, but that's kind of a whole different conversation to have that I'm not going to have right now. So let's go back. Pre-order bonus, you get this little mask, which is pretty cool, new outfits. And then we got some BDSP stuff there. But the story is kind of what I wanted to touch on. And here's the map. So as you can see, there's a lot of different sections. There's a lot going on with the map. And if you actually see a detailed map, it's segmented sections. Very similar to Monster Hunter. This is not an open world RPG. Your definition of open world may be different than mine, but even a segmented one, I mean, I would call that semi-open because you're still going to different areas. However, you'll have to obtain certain research on certain Pokemon before you can go to the next one. So I think that's fine. I have no issues with that. Given the context, you are a Pokemon researcher. So you're not going to want to leave a designated area if you haven't completed your research. That doesn't make any sense. Like as a researcher of dinosaurs, for example, I'm not just going to go out to the fucking Sahara Desert and start looking for bones if I haven't looked through X, Y, and Z. Y'all know the fucking point I'm trying to make. So I think that's fine. I like that. It's okay to segment and stuff. But what really interests me are these, like, I don't know what you'd call them. What's the freaking word? Anyways, I can't think of the name right now. But these kind of just designate probably the different types of boss Pokemon that you'll meet in the different areas. I'm really interested in this up here. So I can't wait to get out to that. And then you have random Gyarados just chilling out there. We saw the volcano in the recent trailer. It's probably a Stark Mountain, or what comes to be Stark Mountain would be my guess. It actually looked really cool. I kind of forgot that was out there. I really like the change of environments. Obviously, we have different weather, which I think is really cool. I think, yeah, your base operations. So I don't know if you're gonna have like a designated secret base type area. Excuse me, like a this is obviously going to be here and act as your pallet town, but like if you were to go out and about, like what your camp is, and then you're going to have like a designated camp. I think you're just going to be able to set up shop wherever. I don't think you're going to have a home, so to speak. I don't think there's going to be any type of like decorating or anything like that. I think you're just going to kind of be out in the wild doing your thing. To segue into the wild area piece while you're out there, I do really like the fact that you can kind of post up with all 6 of your Pokemon out whenever you want. I think that's really cool. I think that's really, really, really realistic. If I were out just wandering around with Pokemon, I wanted to pop a few out to hang out with them, I should be able to do that. Like, that makes sense. So I think that's really cool that they decided to do that. Outside of that, though, we really haven't seen too much of what it's like just being out and about. We've seen the character pass out or faint. You go back to the last kind of camp area that you were at. Your Pokemon are healed, and then you keep it moving. The other thing with that, though, is when it comes to you being damaged out in the wild, like fighting the Electivires you see there and stuff, I just wonder if you're going to gain a certain type of resistance or like a certain type of health bar, so to speak, I guess, to say, I've taken this many hits, and I can start taking more hits the more you level up and that type of thing. I'll be interested to see how that works. All in all, to kind of end on, I think, my thoughts on the game, 2 things. The first being, what I really, 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 really love about it is the freedom that you seem to have. And I don't mean freedom as in walking around. I mean, when you think of the concept of Pokemon, it's a human-Pokemon relationship. The bond with Pokemon, that's what makes Pokemon special. And I think they're going to be able to really do some cool things with this. And not just like catch Pokemon, pet Pokemon. I mean, like interact with it, like you see with the Bidoof. Like your experience with certain Pokemon in the wild is going to be different than other ones. And I think those experiences are really cool and really kind of relate to what Pokemon is. Every Pokemon that you see in the wild is going to be different, which is how it should be. Not run around in the grass and wild Pokemon pops up. I hate that. Hate that. Overworld Pokemon should be a permanent staple in every single game moving forward. Period. End of discussion. So the seamless battles, I think, is going to be really, really cool. The fact that you can kind of take on any Pokemon you want, run away from it if you want to. Actually, you know what? I can't do this myself. Let me throw a Pokeball out there. We need to beat this thing. It's whooping my ass. I actually posted that on Twitter, and I got a lot of traction. So I think a lot of people are excited for that too. And then lastly, the thing I'm really most excited about is the lore. There's just a lot we don't know, and I think that's why I'm excited. But at the same time, I just want to see how they paint the big picture with Legends Arceus. How do they tell us the story? Not really what the story is. We kind of have a good idea, right? But how do they piece it together? How do they make each character relevant with leading up to that climax point? You know, all that's going to be really cool. I just want to see if the game that they've taken so seriously to the point they told Ilka to make BDSP really had that time invested. And I think we'll get a really good sense of that based on how the story and interaction, reaction, the main character and stuff goes in this game. And if the product is good and they did a lot of expansion in that regard, then I think people are going to really love the game. I think this is going to be a great test to see how far Game Freak can push the Pokemon series. And I think they're going to pass the test. So those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on Legends Arceus. I really don't have a whole lot more to say to that. That's kind of like just my outgoing thoughts and impressions. I think the game's going to sell really well. I think the game's going to be a huge success. And I think that this game moving forward can coexist with other Pokemon games, a BDSP, a Let's Go, or even a Generation 9 game. I think Legends can be a permanent staple in the series. And maybe I'll make that video at a later time. So let's go ahead and jump into your guys' tweets, because that's really what I've been looking forward to most, rather than you guys listen to me ramble on and ramble on. All right, so I posted, want to be in the video tomorrow, post your thoughts, and I'm probably going to keep getting more, and I apologize if I don't add everyone in here. I really want to. I'll check my notifications here in a minute just to make sure I don't miss anyone by the time I get done with this recording. But let's go. I'm going to go in order here and just read them off. Let's see. Bloopy Dog, he says, I'm curious to see if Legends becomes a recurring series for each region, which is literally just talked about that. Kanto would be Legends, Mew Johto would be Legends, Selby, I could see Hoenn being either Legends. What do y'all think about this? I kind of would think that's what Legends is going to do, but it's kind of a weird situation, because if they did that and kind of just tied Legends to like whatever remake game they're doing, which is obviously what they did with BDSP to expand on the story and gameplay, I'm not sure how sustainable that is, because Legends will keep outshining the remake, you know, like the initial, like the BDSP remake of Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7. So I'm not sure that that model is sustainable. I think Legends may just be the new remake rather than have a BDSP or have two remakes. I think Legends will just be the new remake, depending on how well it does. I think that makes more sense, because who the hell, if Legends is really good, who's going to want to play a watered down Gen 5 game of the original Black and White, which people already had problems with to begin with, and then play Legends Zekrom? That's horrible because it's not a mythical, but you guys get what I'm saying. It just wouldn't make much sense to me. So I don't think they'll do that. I just think they'll make Legends the new remake. Let's see. Legends Arceus changes Game Freak's release cycle. Moving forward, expect a remake now December to new fans, followed by a new game tailored for vets of the series. Yeah, maybe. Again, we kind of just talked about that, right? Moving forward, expect a remake December. Yeah, I mean, and I don't know how they're going to want to tailor those release dates, because the reason why they did it this way, probably A, because of COVID, but B, because it all still fits in the same fiscal year. They want to make sure all the games hit that fiscal year mark, A, for investors, and B, so they have a good financial turnout, sell more Switches, that type of thing. You got to think big picture too. So I don't think that would be an issue. It's just, I don't know how having 3 games out, especially if it's a Legends / remake combo every single time, I think will tire out fans. Excited for Legends Art, me too. It's something completely new. I think most looking forward to being able to fully explore a region for the first time with full character and camera control, be able to see the world of Pokemon in a way we never could before. And I think that's like a slightly very like underappreciated or underrated comment, because when you think like, I think people don't really appreciate like where Pokemon started and now where Pokemon is now. We're going to be able to fly around openly on a Pokemon and just go wherever we want. Imagine back in 1999 playing Red and Blue, thinking about that, right? And one day being able to do that. Now we're going to be able to do it. But people want to complain about other stuff and not really take into consideration, like, we're really going to be able to do this. Like, it's really, really cool. So, I completely agree with that. I'm convinced that Growlithe won't evolve in Arcanine, but instead into a split evolution. That's why they've been so quiet about it. They've been quiet about all their Pokemon for the most part. Zorua really got the most attention, probably because fans love that line, and it's just a really cool way they did it. But I'm not sure about a split evolution. I just think they don't want to spill their cards yet. They did that with Sword and Shield too, with certain Pokemon. We won't be able to catch Arceus, and save data we have in our Switch will unlock the Reserve Flip BDSP. Also, the game will be amazing. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't think Arceus is going to be contingent upon save data, though. I think Arceus is the main point of the game. So I think it's just going to be the final boss, like any other RPG would. The legendary encounters will end up being a lot harder than people expect or suspect. Sorry, yeah, no doubt. I think bosses in this game are going to be hard as shit. I really do. I think it's going to be a hard game, dude. Like, there's going to be a lot of resetting and stuff like that. More likely than not, there's going to be some sort of shining method based around the research, like seeing certain Pokemon. Yeah, I haven't even thought about the shiny stuff. There's just so much going on with this game. The shiny Pokemon aspect of it, for me, personally, is at the smallest bottom of the scale. Like, all the way down here. I could care less about shiny Pokemon until I learn about other stuff. But, hey, I'm glad people are out there thinking about it. I think the game's absolutely amazing and definitely shows that Pokemon are taking steps in the right direction. I heard some people say there might be a Hisuian evolution. We've been saying there's going to be a new evolution since Gen 7. Which, when you think about it, really isn't that long ago. Was it 2016? So, yeah, I mean, it's possible. But with it would come a new typing. Or they could just do, a Steel Eevee, Poison Eevee, like whatever they wanted to do. But Sylveon was a new typing, and I don't think Legends will introduce a new typing. So if there was a new evolution, it would just be a Dragon, Poison, Steel, or whatever. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Eevee's just in the game, like Pikachu's in every game now. I think Weirdo will become Arceus. That would be a plot twist. I think we'll be seeing more new mons than we expected. Also, while there are no gyms, I think there will still be battles in the form of clan or territory fights. Also, there will probably be new evo methods too. Also, expect time travel, as explained. Yeah, time travel seems to be a given, obviously, with the legendaries. Clan territory, I think that would be pretty cool. And I think that's kind of what we alluded to earlier. So make sure I'm still recording. Cool. I'm not sure if it'll be territory, but I do think it'll have some type of formula for that for sure. Also, I think Legends is going to be either a reset of the series or a soft reboot. I think it will for remakes. I think Legends will be the new remake, like format. I think the game is a stepping stone in the future Pokemon games. Maybe it'll be the first in I'm not sure a trilogy, but it will definitely be its first in the series and stay there as a staple. I'm 100% sure of that. I highly doubt this game will have any sort of new gym badge or Gym Badge Championship League, but perhaps quests about Arceus. Maybe you can catch it at the end post game. Also, I'm wondering if this story will show how the Sinnoh League was created or developed. It better freaking show how it was created. Literally the point of the game, I think. Like, it better. If it doesn't do that, then I'll be heavily disappointed in this game. Not really a prediction, but I want there to be underwater diving and seeing underwater Pokemon and having maybe a time limit underwater to try and catch them before having to resurface for air. I think it would be a really cool and beautiful mechanic. Yeah, I would love to go down in the ocean and see it for sure. That would be really cool. I think the game will take as long as Breath of the Wild, but longer. The story might drag on some time. There will only be around 400 to 500 Pokemon. Certain Pokemon will be annoying in the extent where there will be a lot of broken controllers. I think in this game. It's going to be hard, dude. Like, it's going to be hard. Fighting an Electivire, fighting these powered up Pokemon, it's going to be hard unless your mons are overpowered. Like, then you just throw it out there. But again, just beating it in a battle, though, isn't going to win you the battle. All it's going to do is wear the Pokemon down. So you're going to have a stacked team, and you're going to have to really kind of strategically plan how you use your Pokemon, because you're going to have to throw those things at it to, like, cleanse it of its evilness or whatever. So it's going to be hard. There will be Pokemon in the game. Holy shit, Kevin. Fucking Kevin. I think there will be about 400 or so Pokemon in the decks. That sounds about right. Gen 4 had 493, I think. I'm just glad that something different. Pokemon formula is growing really stale to me. I agree. Like, playing BDSP really, like, hit that home for me. And I don't know if it's because I knew something new was around the corner, but I'm ready for something new. I'm 100% ready for something new. I don't think there'll only be 200 Pokemon. That's, I don't really believe in that. That kind of limits your playability, I guess. So I don't think they'll be that low. This thing phenomenon that makes Scizor evolve into Cleaver also causes Eevee to evolve into Leafeon, like batteries. Half steel, half electric. First dual typing Eevee. Making moves. I predict that the almighty Sinnoh is Dialga plus Palkia, controlled by Giratina. That would be cool. I'm not sure controlled by Giratina. Maybe manipulated. Maybe better word. I don't know. That would be cool though. We better see the distortion world in this game. That's all I got to say. I wonder if I can use a Mareep. Go for it, dude. Heard all the Mareep. All the Mareep. I wonder if Rotom will even exist, or will they have an entirely different form? I don't know. Rotom usually gets focused when it's in a game, so I honestly don't know, man. I don't know how you'll have different like forms of it. I'm sure they'll throw something in there to do that. I think we'll get a house. We'll probably be able to do much with it, but being able to take photos with your Pokemon seems something. Also, I hope that there are things happening besides the decks. Yeah, I think there'll be plenty of... This is really a game that's focused on mission and quests based on the fact that you're a researcher. So I think you're going to have a lot of research tasks that say, go up and find this Pokemon. It's giving my village problems. It's causing a ruckus, blah, blah, blah. Go up there, tame it, catch it, do whatever you're going to do. You're going to get a lot of that. I just hope they get creative with it and the game doesn't get boring. I could see this game getting kind of boring. That's really what I'm afraid of most, honestly, is just repetitive, stale, boring quests. That this game seems to be a candidate for that, and I'm really scared about it, to be honest. So hopefully they don't do that. Should have brought some damn water up here. Dying. I'm wondering if it's going to be possible to have Pokemon follow you. I don't know. Why is this just not a thing? Why is this just not a thing? Like, what is so hard about making your Pokemon follow you? Like, you literally catch them to bond with them. Why can't they be out of their Pokeball? It just doesn't make sense why this isn't a permanent thing. Like, since Let's Go. It just, to me, doesn't make sense. But nonetheless, it seems logical given how the game functions with the overworld models for all Pokemon, but I haven't seen the advertisements. I haven't either. They haven't shown a lot of advertisements really for any features. More or less just content. So we'll see. I hope there's a Gumi Hisuian form. That would be dope. So as far as looking at Evos, game will be harder shiny still in the overworld. We would suggest getting other towns in modern age like old Snow Point. Yeah, I got a feeling that's what that ice region up there is. We will definitely get Hisuian starters. They showed a level 16 Oshawott that wasn't evolved. They purposely are hiding the evolutions, and we will 100% get Hisuian evolutions of these Pokemon. Yet to be determined if we can catch other starter Pokemon that will have Hisuian evolutions, but I doubt it. It'll be like a Gen 6 thing where they have new evolutions but no Megas. Let's see. Legends Arceus will not have a Pokemon League. Instead, it'll be a quest to find Arceus in the script. Yeah, for sure. I don't think there'll be... It's not trainer-based. The goal isn't to be the champion. The goal is to learn everything you can about Pokemon. So I agree with that. My thought in hope is that they'll probably introduce a different evolution for Onyx. I'm basing this off Claver, a slightly different version of Scyther. Maybe assuming Onyx will evolve into Obsidian, Dark Rock type. That would be cool. Onyx should be given some love. Another minor prediction I have is Hisuian Growlithe will evolve in Arcanine. It'll turn into a completely different Pokemon. Maybe. Maybe it's a new Pokemon altogether. That would be interesting. I don't think so, but that would be cool. It's really weird seeing the first hashtag doesn't have a Pokeball. I don't know. The Japanese one did. I always try to... I throw both of them in there. As this was first advertised as a new era for Pokemon, then I'm looking forward to this being in the future, so I'm expecting cracks that will inevitably be filled, but at the end of the day, it'll be a great game. In a few games time, it'll be perfection. Yeah, we got to give it a chance. We got to go in with a positive mindset. Game Freak's taking, I think, a pretty calculated risk, but still a risk in making this game because it's so far from our regular formula. So shout out to them for doing something new. They want to stay passionate. They want to stay optimistic about what are the work that they're doing. So 100% on board with this. Pokeballs get thrown. Pokemons get catched. Damn right. America. I think that with the new Diamond and Pearl houses, I feel like there's going to be a third secret clan for Giratina. I think there will be a group of people looking for Giratina. Like there'll be, for sure, I don't know if it's a clan, but there'll definitely be some type of group of people wanting Giratina's power, wanting Arceus' power, but they don't know Arceus exists though. I think what a cool plot point would be if for this whole time they think they're looking for Dialga and Palkia, but they're really but then Giratina shows up and they're like, what is this? And then they're really mind blown. Arceus comes out of nowhere and is like, shit on you, Giratina, and then there's just a lot they can do with it. I think it'd be really cool. But they would be hidden underground, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, because I don't know how Giratina is valued in this game or where Giratina falls into place. That'll be something we see how they tie in. Bigger than Breath of the Wild. That can mean a lot of different things, so I'm not going to go on the record with that, but I think that it's a good start toward replayability in a Pokemon game and being able to accumulate a lot of hours of new content and not just recycling the same shit after 20 hours. So I think it'll take a good step to doing that. As of now, it seems the only rideable Pokemon and ones we can use HMs will be noble Pokemon. I'm fine with this, but I feel like it's a missed opportunity to not have used our team Pokemon for things. Yeah, I said that earlier with ride Pokemon. It's pretty shitty. I think they should just do it with all the Pokemon that makes sense like they did in Let's Go. Let's Go was perfect for that. I enjoyed Let's Go a lot. I hope there's Pokemon. Dude, me too. I swear, oh God, if there ain't no Pokemon in there. Shittiest game ever. It'll either slap ass to get it or get its ass clapped. That's fair. And I liked it because I think that's true. I think it's just going to be one of two directions because that's how Pokemon community is. I think it's just going to be the furthest extreme this way or the furthest extreme this way. But we'll see. I think it's going to be an overwhelmingly positive game, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I think that's it. Let me check the notifications just to make sure. Yep, that's everything. Well, guys, that pretty much wraps it up. I really, really, really appreciate you guys posting those comments up there. That was really, really cool. And hearing your thoughts, I really enjoy that. So 3 weeks until Pokemon Legends Arceus comes out. I'm super, super excited. And this will definitely be my last video until then. So if you guys are looking forward to Legends Arceus content, I'll be streaming it on Twitch the day of the release. So be sure to follow me over there. My Twitch handle will be in the description below. Make sure you sub on here so you can see all my highlights and information and post about Legends Arceus. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I appreciate you. Happy New Year. Stay safe. Peace.